Games night. Irene sat on her bed, looking at her shiny wheelchair waiting patiently before her. Any minute Jorge and Tandy would be here now to take her down to the games. It was her first turn at the games, and knowing how poor she was at cards, Irene felt in her heart of hearts, it would be her last. Losers were never returned to their rooms. It was all handled very efficiently and promptly. She looked around her room. It was comfortable, and during the few months she had been living here, at Magnolia Senior Care, she had made it her own. She would have been happy to live out her days here, have Margarita and Lisa visit her, bringing their children on special occasions. She adored them and had helped out a lot when they were little. But now even occasional visits were too much to ask for, with the kids older and immersed in their own lives. Her eyes wandered over her photos, of happier days beside her children and grandchildren, when they were babies and later young children, at zoos and picnics and school events. She smiled. Although her time would have been better spent, she thought somewhat bitterly, if she hadn't cared for them so much and played poker instead. Anyway, it was not like it was their choice. With the overflow of the elderly, chronically sick and disabled in rest homes and care centers, limits had to be imposed. The games were only one method of controlling resources, and not the worst. Those with the right skill set could survive for years, if not their normal lifespan. And homes where games were run had the best care available, high-quality medical services, great food, great social programming, individual support counseling and therapy, the Cadillac level. It's just that all residents had to play the games. There was light tap on the door, and Tandy and Jorge walked in without waiting for answer. They were wearing their smart spotless cream and pink Magnolia uniforms, smiling brightly, and as lovely as supermodels, both of them. Normally, Irene would have been delighted to see and receive care from either of them, but now she could only muster a wan smile. "Here you are, dear," chirped Tandy. "Oh my, don't you look nice? Ready for the games?" Tandy and Jorge bent over, flashing their beautiful white smiles at her, and helped her into the chair. Jorge said, "Don't look so sad. It's your first time, you'll have beginner's luck." "Okay, here we go." Jorge pushed the wheelchair forward, making a fun zoom noise. Irene turned around for one last look at the photos, but Tandy was blocking her view, fussing with the medication and equipment on the side table. Irene lifted her voice, "Please a minute," but it was too late. Jorge had already pushed her into the corridor, the door swung closed behind them, and she was on her way to the games.